Hey everybody, this is Structure Steve again, and we're going to be continuing with our 3D rebar modeling series with part 4 of our custom reinforcement tool known as Irregular Dispatch. This is going to be the last video of the basics of this tool, and then we're actually going to get into using it in some real-world scenarios on some footings, caps, and columns. All right, so picking up where we left off in the last video, we finished getting to these end conditions here, and we're gonna finish off this series here just by kind of looking through the options and assignment tab, and then we'll follow up with some real-world applications. Right? How do we use this Irregular Dispatch tool to do, some footing bars or column bars, maybe something more complex like some stirrups and a cap or some ties. So the options tab here, there's a couple things we'll talk about. You can do change the display mode. By default, it's going to show the overall cylinder or real true bar shape here of the bar. You can change this to a line if you want to, so you can just get basically a center line of the bar itself here if you want something like that. I'll typically keep these on though in the cylinder fashion here. Now create various sets. There's a good documentation here. So if you just click on this little help button here, it'll take you right to that tool in the documentation and go in here, and then it kind of shows and explains what, again, all the stuff that I'm going over, it's kind of detailed out in here, but we can go into the actual options tab here and read through, specifically what some of these different settings are in here. I'm not going to dig into these details too much here, but the main thing is that, this varies sets, right? If we want a set of bars that varies, from, say, a bar length of 1 foot to 10 foot over a distance, right? We can create a vary set, and it'll give you the minimum and maximum leg lengths when you go through your bar list in here. So this is really well documented here. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but you can read through this information here and get all you need to know on these various bars. Now, last thing on assignment, right? There's a lot of different things in here, but really, honestly, the main thing I only ever use is the level assignment. Right? This is what assigns the level itself. And like I said earlier, when I was covering the main reinforcement video, the list here is not very intuitive, right? It looks like it's in alphabetical order. I have some of the bars that I've already used kind of coming up in the top up here in non-alphabetical order. You kind of come down here and you'll see some of them look like they're back in alphabetical order. I see some of my rebar elements here, but not all of them. I scroll down further, and then I'll see another kind of group of bars or elements here, and up there's the rest of my rebar down here. So I'm going to be split further down. So this list is just super kind of disorganized and not easy to find levels. So my main thing that I do again is I'll set up templates, and I'll find the level one time. I'll go through the process of finding the level I want, and then I'll set up templates based on the elements. Create like an element for each folder, and then once I set rebar beam 1 like this, I'll go ahead and save that, and I'll just call it O1 underscore XXX to indicate that this is going to be the rebar beam 1 level for those beam 1 rebar elements that I want to model here. So that's, again, just mainly just to get this quick assignment here, right? I can click on the 2, it's going to change that level to 2, and that's what it's really for. So what I'll do is, once I have these in here for a project, then I'll go ahead and maybe change these and give them some better descriptions of what they are. If they're, cap bottom bars or footing shrinkage temperature side face steel or something like that. I'll give it some more descriptive, or you can actually just leave them like this too. Again, the main goal is to get the level symbology assigned in easy and in a fast way. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like and make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications when the next video in the series comes out. Thanks for watching.